Today on iPon 70, Jamaican Blue Mountain for the Vertuo line. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. I'm your host Sterling Miller. If it's your first time here, we are an espresso-centric channel. We review the Vertuo and the original line of Nespresso. If that interests you, you have found the right channel. For my returning Podhead family, any and all announcements will be at the end, including some feedback on the Christmas thing. But without further ado, let's get to today's star attraction, the Jamaican Blue Mountain. Now, we've done this in the past. It was for the original line. This one's for the Vertuo line. And as I mentioned before, I've actually been to Jamaica and drank their Blue Mountain coffee in the country. I know what it tastes like, although it's a vague, foggy memory, but we can at least use that as a comparison and also against the original line. So let's take a look at what they have to say. Jamaican Blue Mountain, let's take a look at the aromatic profile. Exotic woody notes mark this espresso. This Jamaican treasure carries a pleasantly spicy aftertaste. Hints of pepper, cinnamon, and nutmeg lingering long after the last sip. That is pretty interesting. They say it's cultivated in rich volcanic soil. So we get roastiness. Yeah, see, this is kind of what I expected. Roastiness 4, acidity 2, bitterness 3, body 3. Wow, this should be an amazing espresso. 7 out of 11 intensity. And it is just a standard espresso pour. They're recommending it at 1.35 ounces. This sounds amazing. Let's take a look at the pod. Well, there's your pod. It's got just a interesting blue line pattern on a silver pod. This has shades, remnants of the Australia series. It really looks a lot like the Australian pods did. It is labeled on the bottom, you know we love that. Cinnamon, nutmeg, pepper, and a spicy aftertaste. Jamaican Blue Mountain, let's go brew a shot. Round one, we're just gonna taste the espresso, so let's get that going. All right, our coffee is done. Or shot, I guess I should say. Man, did you see that? It was like crema for days while it was brewing it. Judging from the darkness, I would say it's around a level 7, 8, somewhere in there. Probably into the 8 scale. Boy, not much for a spice smell or anything like that. They mentioned cinnamon, nutmeg, pepper. Maybe a slight pepper taste, but hey, let's go give it a taste. Round one. Boy, the creamy texture. Wow. That has got, they said, didn't they say bitterness? Yeah, bitterness 3, acidity 2. Yeah, a little bit maybe on the aftertaste, but I'll tell you, honestly, the bitterness, I expect when you get into bitterness 3, it's got a decent amount of bitter. This really doesn't. It's a very smooth or a different bitter. It's got like a little bit of a spice bite. I don't know if I would say it's cinnamon and nutmeg. I'm just getting more of a, probably just a pepper taste with maybe just a hint of, cinnamon? Cinnamon and nutmeg. No. But the pepper and the spicy note, whatever the spicy part of it is, definitely comes through because it sits on the front of your tongue and a little bit in the back of your throat. And I normally, in everyday life, normally pepper hits me a little bit on the tongue, but not so much in the back of my throat. So whatever that spice is, that's what's hitting in the back. And then that peppery flavor is kind of all over your tongue. Cinnamon and nutmeg, I don't think you could detect that. The body of the coffee, they say 3. Yeah, it's got a wonderful, creamy, soft, almost velvety texture to it. That's a very nice espresso shot. Huh. Well, we're going to have to try this with a little bit of milk. We're going to have to see how it plays out that way. So let's go round two. Let's go brew another shot. So for round two, I'm going to go a little bit heavier than I normally would on milk because I think this one's going to punch through. Tasting it, the body and everything, I'm going to add in 3 ounces of whole milk or 89 milliliters. And then we're going to put it on the highest froth setting and just let it go. All right, so let's put the milk in so we can see what kind of foam we got. Oh boy. I may have misjudged how much this holds. Well, let's brew a shot in and see what we get. That is so cool looking. I don't even know what to say. You saw it brewing. That is just cool. I love it. Oh my gosh. Let's go give it a taste. Let's give it a taste. Ooh. Yeah, I was gonna say that spicy, peppery taste still comes through, and the aftertaste is almost a little bit of a woody peppery taste with the milk. It's got like almost like a woody peppery taste. And I wanted to say on this, and I kind of didn't make the comparison, this one has, if you're familiar with the Il Cafe, that body and that wonderful texture of Il Cafe, that's kind of what this has. So I went a little heavier to give the milk that same texture. That has got a very earthy, spicy, woody flavor, and it's delicious. I'm wondering if let me just add a little bit of sweetener and see if it changes it at all for the better or for the worse. I'm just gonna do a half pump. It's okay with sweetener, but I think I liked that. Yeah, I think this sweetener kind of hid some of those, because man, the peppery is all, yeah, I would say for this one, either just a straight espresso or just straight milk, because the sweetener now has masked all those neat, earthy, spicy, peppery flavors, and I really enjoyed them. Yeah, it's even with just a half a pump, it's really, really masked it a lot, but that's a good pod. Let's take a look at what they're doing. All right, Jamaican Blue Mountain, pepper and cinnamon. Oh, woody. Well, there we go. I don't remember reading woody down below, but it does say woody and spicy, and I would say that is true with the milk, not as the regular espresso. $20 a sleeve or $2 a capsule. Ugh, I didn't realize that's what I paid for it. So, wow. Where does that leave this guy? It is a very good pod. I do have to slightly consider that more than premium upcharge on that. I'm gonna kind of break it down into two sides of this. So I'm gonna break it down into the special occasion, I value how much a dollar's worth. And I would say if the I value how much a dollar's worth, I would say this would be a 3 out of 5 pods. If you don't, or special occasion, yeah, that's fine. $2 a pod, that's cool. Money no object, that's cool. I would honestly rank this 4 to 5 pods. So it's a very, very good tasting pod. Texture spot on. It's good. It is really, really good. What's holding me back from saying 5 out of 5 pods is that cost. $2 a pod is a premium of a premium on the pod. That's a lot. That's almost getting into double a normal pod's cost. And especially at the espresso size, it is double the cost. So yeah, good flavor. Special occasion, sure. Money no object, sure. 5 out of 5 pods. If money's an object, I would say the rating on it then would become 3, just because of cost, not because of the coffee. So yeah, there we go. That'll bring us to a close of this week's video. I thank you so much for your time. As I mentioned before, a lot of you have already commented about the Christmas contest, and I'm excited. Some of you have kind of talked about what you were gonna do for it. Please get creative. $100 gift card, submit a short Christmas video, a short still shot, whatever you think is appropriate. We'll feature it here after the first of the year. You have until December 31st to get your entries in. Send those entries to nespressowinner@gmail.com, and I'll collect them all together. We'll show them right here on the channel. We'll give each one a number. Then everybody can go and vote. Whoever receives the most votes, $100 gift card for you. And that'll wrap up a wonderful 2020 for coffee and usher us into 2021. If you've made it this far into the video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime we drop a new video, which is every Friday. And for my wonderful patrons that you see here scrolling on the side, how do we do these contests and how do we keep going month in, month out? It's by these wonderful people you see going here. If it was not for them, I'm not sure the channel would still be going. YouTube has made some substantial changes on how revenue comes in, and patrons have become more and more important as the months have gone on. So I cannot thank you guys enough. If you would like to be one of those wonderful people, a patron, join us over at patreon.com/IPON70, and you too can support the channel directly and receive the videos a few days early, commercial free, and a discount on the Podhead merchandise. We have mugs, hoodies, t-shirts, and hopefully soon next year, a brand new print coming out. Until next Friday with another coffee tasting video, have a great rest of your day.